These reports are inconsistent. You can't trust them.
It's true, they're inconsistent. My letters say there are 107 ships.
And mine say 140.
But often in these cases, reports are just estimates. The important thing is that they all say a Turkish fleet is approaching Cyprus.
Yes, we get the idea. The inconsistency doesn't make me think that the reports are all wrong. I have no doubt about what they're basically saying, and it's frightening.
Hello, hey, hello.
Why are you here?
Senior Angelo told me to come here to tell you that the Turkish fleet is heading for Rhodes, not Cyprus.
No way, that's a trick to confuse us. Cyprus is too important to the Turks. It's easier to be captured than Rhodes. It's less protected.
No, I think we can be confident that the Turks aren't really headed for Rhodes.
Sir, the Turks sailed to Rhodes, where they joined with another fleet.
That's just what I thought. How many can you guess?
30 ships. They turned around and are definitely heading for Cyprus. Signor Montano, your brave and loyal servant, gives you this information and asks you to send reinforcement to relieve them.
Then it's certain they're heading for Cyprus. Is Marcus Luchicos in town?
No, he's in Florence.
Write to him now. Hurry.
Here come Brabantio and the brave Moor.
Brave Othello, I have to send you right away to fight the Turks, our great enemy. Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome, Brabantio. I could have used your help and wisdom tonight.
How could I use her as well? Forgive me your pardon. I did not wake up in the dead of night to hear about the war, nor did I wake up to see my city. I have a personal problem, so deeply painful.
Why, what's the matter?
Oh, it's my daughter! My daughter!
Is she dead?
She's dead to me! She's been tricked and been trapped in some black spell.
Whoever tricked your daughter and stole her from you will pay for it, and you yourself will determine the sentences you see fit and impose the death penalty if you choose to, as I would if the criminal were my own son.
I humbly thank you, sir. Here's the man, the Moor. I suppose you have the reason to bring him here.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Honorable gentlemen of whom I serve, it is true that I have taken this man's daughter from him and wed her, but that is it, nothing more. I've spent my entire life in battle, so I don't know much more about the world other than fighting, so it wouldn't do me any good to defend myself. But allow me to tell you the story of how we fell in love, and I will tell you all the tricks, black magic, and drugs I used, as I'm accused of using, that allowed me to win her heart.
She's a good, quiet, obedient girl. She blushes at everything. And you want me to believe that she will look at a man like you? There must be some devil behind this.
You're saying this isn't proof. There has to be clear evidence that he's done this, not just these accusations.
Tell us, Othello. Did you trick or deceive this lady in some way, or did you guys both agree to this?
Please, send for Desdemona from the Sagittarius Inn and have her speak about me in front of her father. If she says anything bad, sentence me to death. She better not.
Bring Desdemona here.
Iago, bring Desdemona here. You know where she is. In the meantime, I shall tell you the story, in as much honesty as I would confess my sins to God, of how we met, and how I wooed this lovely lady, and how she came to love me.
Tell us.
Her father used to love me and invite me to his house often to tell him of my stories. I told him about everything, from my young boyhood to the second I was in his house. I would tell him about all my many adventures on sea and on land, all the near catastrophes and dangerous adventures I'd been through. I told him how I was captured and sold as a slave, and how I bought my freedom and wandered the deserts and caves. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Here comes my wife now. She'll confirm everything.
I think a story like that would win my daughter over. No, it would not. Brabantio, I urge you to make the best of this. Try to accept what's happened. I'd kill him.
Please, let her speak. If she wanted this, I won't blame Othello. Tell me, who do you obey here?
Obey? Who do I I obey? Listen, Dad, I'm my own person.
Father, this isn't easy for me. You gave me life and education. You're the one I have to obey. I am your daughter, but this man here is my husband now, and I love him as much as my mother owed you. So I have to give my obedience to the more, my husband.
I told him so. Ha! Do I look like a sorcerer? Don't answer that.
Well, I'm finished then. Duke, please go ahead and state your business. Well, I'd rather adopt a child than have one of my own. Come here, Maury. I'm forced to give my blessing to this marriage. With all my heart, I give you that thing which, if you didn't already have it, I will try with all my heart to keep from you, Desdemona. I'm glad you're my only child, since if I had other to keep them all locked up, you would have made me treat like a tyrant. I'm done, my lord. Oh, sweet Jesus. I should have just let that weird kid, Rodrigo, marry her.
You're facing the wrong way.
Or maybe I just made the right choice.
Let me refer to a proverb that may help you forgive these lovers. Don't cry about things you can't change. When you lament something bad that's already happened, you're setting yourself up for more bad news. A robbery victim who can smile about his losses is superior to the thief who robbed him, but if he cries, he's just wasting time.
So, if the Turks steal ciphers from us, it won't be bad as long as we smile. It's easy to accept platitude like that if you haven't lost anything. But I have lost something precious. And I have to put up with the platitude as well as suffering my loss. Talk is cheap. I have never heard of someone feeling better because of someone else's word. Please, I'm asking you, go ahead and get back to your state affairs.
The Turks are heading for Cyprus with a powerful fleet. Othello, you understand better than anyone how the defenses for Cyprus work. Even though we have a very good officer in charge there already, everyone says you're the better man for the job. So I'll have to ask you to put a damper on your marriage celebrations and take part in this dangerous expedition.
I've gotten used to the hardships of the military life. I rise to the occasion when faced with difficulties. I will take advantage of this war against the Turks, but I humbly ask you to make approved arrangements for my wife and giving her a place to live and people to keep her company that will suit her high rank.
She can stay at her father's house.
I won't allow it.
And neither will I.
And I won't stay there. I don't want to disrespect my father. Dear Duke, please listen to me.
What do you want to do, Desdemona?
When I fell in love with Othello, I made up my mind that I wanted to live with him. I'd be miserable without him. Let me go with him.
Please allow her to do this. I'm not asking to have her near me for sex. I'm too old for that and my sexual urges are dead. I want this because she wants it. I love her for her mind, and I never want you to think I neglected my serious official duties while she was there with me. If I ever let love blind me so that I choose to lounge around in my bed with my loved one instead of going out to war, then you can let my housewife use my helmet as a frying pan. My reputation would be disgraced if I ever acted like that.
You can decide that privately. I don't care whether she stays or goes. What's important is the urgency of this mission. You've got to act fast.
You'll have to leave tonight.
With all my heart, I'll go right away.
All right then. Good night, everyone. Sir, if goodness is beautiful, your son-in-law is beautiful, not black.
Goodbye, Blackmore. Treat Desdemona well.
Keep an eye on her, Lord. She lied to me, and she may lie to you.
I bet my life she'd never lie to me. Iago, I'm leaving my dearest Desdemona with you. Have your wife attend to her, and bring them along as soon as you can. Come on, Desdemona. I've only got an hour of love to spend with you. To tell you what you need to do. We're on a tight schedule.
Iago.
What do you have to say, noble friend?
What do you think I should do?
Go to bed and sleep.
Such an idiot. I'm gonna drown myself.
If you do that, I'll never respect you again. Why, you silly man.
It's silly to live when life is torture. The only cure is death.
Oh, how stupid. I've been alive for 28 years, and I've never met a man who knew what was good for him. I'd rather be a baboon than kill myself out of love for some woman I can't have.
What should I do? I know it's foolish to be so much in love, but I can't help it.
Can't help it? Nonsense. What we are is up to us. Our bodies are like gardens, and our willpower is like the gardener. Depending on what we plant, weeds or lettuce, or a one-of-a-kind herb rather than the variety, the garden will either be barren and useless or rich and productive. If we don't have rational minds to counterbalance our emotions and our desires, our bodily urges will take over. We'd end up in ridiculous situations. Thankfully, we have reason to cool our raging lust. In my opinion, what you call love is just an offshoot of lust.
I don't believe it.
You feel love because you feel lust and you have no willpower. Come on, be a man. Drown yourself? Drowning is for cats or blind puppies. Don't drown yourself. I've told you, I'm your friend. I'll stick by you. I've never been more useful to you than I will be now. Here's what you'll do. Sell all your assets and all your land and turn it into cash. Desdemona can't continue loving the Moor any more than he can't continue loving her. She fell in love with him very suddenly, and they'll break up just as suddenly. Moors are moody people, so sell all your lands and raise a lot of cash. What seems sweet to him now will soon turn bitter. She'll dump Othello for a younger man. When she's had enough of the Moor's body, she'll realize her mistake. She'll need to have a new lover. She'll have to have it. So raise all the money you can. I can get the better of religion and a few flimsy vows between a misguided barbarian and a depraved Venetian girl. You'll get to sleep with her, just put together some money and forget about drowning yourself. That's completely beside the point.
Can I count on you if I want to wait to see what happens?
You can trust me. Go on now and get cash. I told you before and I'll tell you again. I hate the Moor. I'm devoted to my cause of hating him, just as devoted as you are to yours. So let's join forces and get revenge. If you seduce Desdemona and make a fool out of him, it'll be fun for both of us. Many things may happen. Go get money. We'll speak again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Where will we meet in the morning?
At my house.
I'll be there early.
Go home. Goodbye. And remember, no more talking about killing yourself, okay?
I've changed my mind about that. I still want to die.
Go then. Goodbye. Don't forget to put a lot of cash together.
I'm going to sell my land.
That's how I always do it, getting money from fools. I'd be wasting my skills dealing with an idiot like that if I couldn't get something useful out of him. I hate the Moor, and there's a widespread rumor that he slept with my wife. I'm not sure if it's true, but just the suspicion is enough for me. He thinks highly of me. That'll help. Cassio's a handsome man. Let's see, how can I get this position and use it to hurt Othello at the same time? How? Let me see. After a while I start telling Othello that Cassio is too intimate with Desdemona. Cassio is a smooth talker and a good-looking guy, the sort of man that people would expect to be a seducer. The Moor is open and straightforward. He thinks any man who seems honest is honest. People like that are easy to manipulate, so it's all decided. I've worked it out. With a little help from the devil, I'll bring this monstrous plan to success.
Wait, I forgot you do the thing. I've never been recorded. What did you do?
Never says one call when it's set up for silence.
Dang it, Colin.
That wasn't the problem. You were laughing.
Senor Montano. Montano.
Here come Barbancio and the brave Moor.
They didn't get a name. Are you just keep recording?
Hey, I caught it.
Okay. And then...
Are you starting? No, I'm not sure. 3, 2, did you hit before, right? Okay, alright, do it again.
No,
Well, I'm finished then. Duke?
that's
I won't allow it.
That was a little bit too much.
Father, I owe you my life, for you gave me life and education.
What's after that?
Oh my god, you're right. You don't manipulate me.
Yeah, I do.
Do you really?
I'd play everyone.
Not the
Give
Duke.
my word to her, but she doesn't accept it, so.
How is that?
Oh, unacquainted.
I just made up my own word.
I don't even know where he's going with it.
I just-
Is this in the script?